My question is Senator Birmingham, representing the Prime Minister and Treasurer. The State Grid Corporation of China is a 60% shareholder in a foreign-owned company trading as Gemina. Gemina owns electricity generation assets and is the second largest owner of Australia's gas pipelines, including gas pipelines in Queensland. Gemina pays no tax in Australia because it says it has borrowed at 10.5% from its parent company. Gemina says it is subject to an ATO audit for transfer pricing because of this arrangement. Despite a serious trade war with China, Gemina is seeking funding from the Northern Australia Infrastructure Facility for the proposed pipeline from Mount Isa through the Galilee Basin to Roma. My question is, how much money is the federal government planning to loan to the Chinese government so China can own critical infrastructure assets in Australia?
Minister representing the Prime Minister, Senator Birmingham.
Thanks, Mr. President. I thank Senator Hanson for her question. It's a serious question in relation to the protection of critical infrastructure and security assets across Australia, and indeed our government has moved in successive points over the years to make sure that we tighten areas of foreign investment laws, that we ensure, for example, that asset sales by state or territory governments that previously were not captured for foreign investment approval processes are now captured under those processes. Through our security of critical infrastructure reforms, we've also put in place new measures and are strengthening those measures even further in relation to how it is that crucial critical infrastructure assets, such as our energy systems and communication systems, are appropriately protected from risks in relation to cyber attacks or other types of attacks that could undermine their operations and, through that, the nation's security. Senator Hanson, you raise questions in relation to an apparent application to the Northern Australia Infrastructure Fund for a particular project. In relation to that particular project, I would give you the assurance that our government will make sure that all security implications are considered. The Minister has a power of veto over final decisions under the Northern Australia Infrastructure Fund, and of course, in relation to matters of security concerns, would, if appropriate, use that power.
Senator Hanson, a supplementary question.
Thank you very much. Foreign powers are avoiding government review under the Foreign Acquisitions and Takeover Act of 1975 by starting new businesses, like the proposed Gemina pipeline through the Galilee Basin. When will the government plug that loophole?
Senator Birmingham.
Thanks, Mr. President. A couple of points to that, Senator Hanson. One is the security of critical infrastructure reforms that I have outlined do have a reach around areas of licensing and other factors that can allow government to control those who operate in certain sensitive sectors like the telecommunications industry and like parts of the energy sector. I would also note that the reforms to the foreign investment and acquisitions laws that we have outlined and introduced include measures that ensure where a company has been granted approval to operate in one sphere and then uses that to expand into areas that may be sensitive and would be contrary to Australia's national interest. There are now call-in powers that the Treasurer can exercise and can withdraw certain rights and approvals to companies if they do so.
Senator Hanson, a final supplementary question.
Energy Australia, owned by China Power and Light, is reportedly receiving an early Christmas present from the federal government in the form of a $5 million gift card to help pay for its new Tullawarra B gas power plant, so it will be hydrogen ready. How much does the federal government plan to gift to foreign-owned companies who don't pay tax in Australia?
Senator Birmingham.
Thanks, Mr. President. Well, the question touches on a few points. Certainly, our government continues to pursue measures to ensure energy security across Australia, to ensure that we do have a reliability of supply, and that indeed requires at times the driving of investment decisions forward in relation to generation of new energy in certain sectors. However, Senator Hanson, in relation to the particular grants or supports, I would emphasise to you that we always make sure that companies are operating within Australia's laws, and indeed our government has taken various steps over the years to make sure that global tax avoidance measures have been taken in Australia, that we tighten those laws, and we are in fact yielding some billions of dollars in additional tax revenue as a result of measures that have been taken to tighten areas of global tax avoidance.